Stop buying the wrong heat gun. Seriously, I see it all the time. Someone grabs whatever is cheapest, uses it twice, and it either dies or burns their project. A good corded heat gun should last years and handle everything from delicate resin work to brutal paint stripping. I've narrowed it down to 7 models that actually deliver, each one built for a completely different type of person. Links to all of them are in the description. Let's figure out which one belongs in your toolbox. We're kicking things off with a model that punches way above its weight class. The Seekone SDL-2816 runs on 1800 watts, meaning this thing reaches operating temperature in seconds flat. The range goes from 122 up to 1202 degrees Fahrenheit, controlled by a smooth stepless dial on the back. No jumping between presets, just fluid adjustment wherever you need it. A 2-stage fan switch toggles between gentle airflow and a high-velocity blast depending on the job. It ships with 4 nozzles, a deflector, a reflector, and 2 concentrators, so you're covered right out of the box. Here's something most people overlook. It has built-in overload protection that saves the internal wiring if you shut the gun off right after running it at max heat. That single feature can dramatically extend the life of the tool compared to budget models that let residual heat cook everything inside. The cord is around 5 feet, so you'll want an extension for bigger workspaces, but for what you're paying, the power, flexibility, and durability make this one of the best deals in the entire category. If the Seekone is raw muscle, the Wagner Furno 700 is a brain surgeon. This one uses a digital LCD screen with 117 individual temperature increments from 125 up to 1300 degrees Fahrenheit. That kind of precision is phenomenal for work where a few degrees actually matter. Picture this: you're roasting coffee beans at home using a bread machine as a makeshift fluidized bed roaster. You need to hold a very specific temperature to push the beans through first crack without scorching the surface, and the Furno 700 lets you nail that sweet spot every single time. The microprocessor also runs an automatic cool-down cycle that protects the ceramic element from thermal shock. One detail I love is that it remembers your last setting on startup, so if your batch processing heat shrink bands for a small business, you just power on and go. The cord is a bit stiff and can tip the gun in its vertical stand if you don't wrangle it first, but once you bend it into shape, you're golden. For anyone who needs repeatable, laboratory-level control at a mid-range price, this is the one. But what if precision isn't your concern and you just need something completely indestructible? The DeWalt D26960K was built for people who throw tools into the back of a truck and expect them to work Monday morning. Glass-filled nylon housing designed to survive drops onto concrete. 150 to 1100 degrees with a ruggedized LCD, plus a closed-loop thermal protection system that automatically kills the heating element if the nozzle gets blocked. And wait till you hear what comes in the box. 12 accessory nozzles, specialized scrapers, and a heavy-duty hard case. Imagine you're a marine mechanic repairing thick-gauge battery cables with adhesive-lined heat-shrink tubing. You need massive sustained heat to activate that marine-grade adhesive without burning through the jacket, and the DeWalt powers through it all day. Where the Seekone gives you more raw wattage for less money, the DeWalt trades that for tank-like build quality and an accessory ecosystem that would cost nearly as much as the tool itself bought separately. Premium price, but for professionals, it's a no-brainer. Let me completely switch gears because not everyone needs a digital powerhouse. The Black+Decker HG1300 is the definition of simple and effective. 2 settings, 750 and 1000 degrees, a mechanical rocker switch, and that's it. Perfect if you want something you can grab off a shelf and use without thinking. Thaw a frozen pipe before it bursts, strip old paint off a door, peel decades of baked-on bumper stickers. Done, done, and done. Here's a hidden perk nobody talks about. It draws only 1350 watts, about 11 amps on a standard outlet, well under the 15 amp breaker limit. That means it plays nicely with older homes where running an 1800 watt gun alongside shop lights would trip everything. The wire kickstand keeps the hot barrel safely elevated during cool down, which is a thoughtful touch. It only offers those 2 fixed temperatures, so if you need fine-tuning, you'll want to look at the Seekone or Furno instead, but for occasional household jobs where you just need reliable heat fast, this delivers exactly what it promises. This next one is for a completely different kind of person. The Master Appliance EC200 weighs 1 pound, 1 single pound. Most heat guns weigh 2.5, and after holding one overhead for an hour, you'll feel it in your wrist, forearm, and shoulder. The EC200 was engineered for people who use a heat gun 8 hours a day on an assembly line. It runs on a permanent magnet motor instead of a brushed motor, giving you pulse-free airflow, a longer lifespan, and noticeably quieter performance. Temperature runs from 100 to 930 degrees via a stepless dial. That lower ceiling is a deliberate design choice, because in aerospace and electronics work, accidentally hitting 1200 degrees near a circuit board is a disaster. The handguard shields your knuckles from reflected heat, and the recessed switch can't snap off when dropped, which happens more than anyone admits. For sustained all-day industrial use, nothing else here comes close to the ergonomic relief this provides. The Wagner HT-1000 has been a household name for decades, and the core design still delivers consistent, reliable heat. Two settings at 750 and 1000 degrees, a flat-backed housing for stable hands-free operation, and an impressively uniform thermal cone with no hotspots. That matters more than you'd think. If you're shrinking winterizing film over a drafty window, one uneven blast melts a hole right through the sheet. I do want to flag something though. Recent production runs changed the barrel diameter slightly, and older Wagner specialty nozzles may not fit the current version. If you're upgrading from a previous HT-1000 and have collected accessories over the years, double-check compatibility before ordering. Some users also notice a bit more warmth in the handle during longer sessions. Still a dependable workhorse for home renovation, just worth knowing before you commit. And finally, the Weller HG1300, which is, and I don't say this lightly, an engineering marvel. Swiss-built internals, a stepless dial from 180 to 1120 degrees, and a motor rated for over 750 hours of continuous operation. But here's what makes it truly special. It runs at 67 decibels, roughly the volume of a calm conversation. Every other heat gun sounds like a tiny jet engine by comparison. Picture yourself in a shared electronics repair lab, desoldering a multi-pin chip from a motherboard. You need rock-steady heat, zero temperature drift, and enough quiet to actually think. The Weller gives you all of that. Stay cool insulation keeps the handle at room temperature even at max heat. And the 90-degree vertical stand is incredibly stable for two-handed work. It sits at the premium end, but here's the math. A budget gun might last 100 hours before the motor dies. The Weller is guaranteed for 750 plus. Over a couple of years of daily use, it costs less per hour than replacing cheap tools repeatedly. So, here's my final take. If you want the best value with serious power and versatility, the Seekone is unbeatable. For digital precision in coffee roasting, 3D print finishing, or resin curing, the Furno 700 has you covered. Contractors who need battlefield durability and a complete kit, DeWalt is the clear winner. The Black+Decker is ideal for homeowners who want something simple and affordable for occasional jobs. The Master Appliance is essential for all-day assembly work, where fatigue is the real enemy. The Wagner HT-1000 stays a trusted pick for basic renovation, just verify nozzle compatibility. And the Weller is the ultimate choice for repair techs and studio artists who need silence, precision, and a tool that outlasts everything else. Links are in the description. If this helped, hit subscribe and drop a comment letting me know which one you're going with.